What players am I leaving out of my lineups this weekend? Let's take a look. First is Cortland Sutton, who faces off against the Houston defense, who's only allowed 3 touchdowns thus far this season and the least amount of fantasy points to the wide receivers. He likely sees a lot of Derek Stingley this weekend, so the Broncos may lean on Troy Franklin, who has emerged behind him this week. Next is Alvin Kamara, who's been underwhelming to say the least, with only one game topping 100 scrimmage yards and only 2 top 20 finishes in fantasy thus far. This week, he faces a Rams defense that's allowed 0 touchdowns to the running backs on the ground and only 1 receiving touchdown all season. They allow the second least amount of fantasy points to the position, so this is going to be a tough sledding for Alvin Kamara again here in week 9. Last but not least is Jordan Mason, who has been struggling this season with only 2 games over 60 yards rushing and 2 top 20 finishes. He now faces off against a Detroit defense that's as good as they come against the run, especially over the last 4 weeks, where they are averaging under 60 yards per week and haven't surrendered a touchdown thus far, and allow the 4th least amount of fantasy points to the running backs. This week does not seem like a good spot for Jordan Mason here in week 9.